Okay. So this is the book. I suggest you can start reading the book if you feel like. Buy it, read it. Norman Vincent's The Power of Positive Thinking. He talks in the form of God, 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 but you can understand it's the divine universe. Same God, divine universe, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, and here he's talking about the same thing, how important it is to think positive. Because when we think positive, positive things start happening in our life. We cannot change our life by thinking negative or feeling negative. The same way we did about Abraham Hicks and others, where emotions, high positive emotions, are important to manifest. In the same way, here he talks about positive thinking is very important to have a good life. So he gives multiple examples. And there he gives an experience of a man who comes to him and he says, I've lost everything. And he says, he was very upset and he told Norman, like, that he lost everything. And then he said, really? Did you lose everything? He said, do you have, a partner? He said, yeah, I have a wife, very understanding. Despite of me having no money, nothing, she's still with me, beside me. I said, do you have kids? Yeah, I said, the kids, they really love me. They are very supportive. They tell me that don't worry, everything will be fine. Then he said, do you have friends? He said, yeah, I have very good friends, very supportive friends. So while they were talking like this, he started writing one by one. And after all the list, he shoved the list to that person and he said, see, so many things you still have, and you are counting on what you have lost. So, here it's talking about focusing on, again, gratitude, focusing on the glass half full too, instead of glass half empty. Yeah. So, um, so it's about, there was a person, a man came that, his woman was always, complaining and always sad and always talking about the problems in life, and and that's when he spoke to the women and he said, he gave her the guidance and to think about what are the things that are good in her life, to every day focus on what are the things that are happening good in her life. So she kept focusing on what are the things which are good in her life. And slowly what happened is that after 6 weeks that they met, and she said that I did not had a single bad day in the last 6 weeks. So she said it's not that my day was smooth, but because I was focusing on what went good in my life, I was enjoying even the troubles and they didn't bother me anymore. So this is what, here Norman Vincent talks about, how you can, by thinking positive, you can create positive things. In the same way, right? When you think, oh, like, बोलते हैं ना कि we expect wrong things to happen. हमारे लाइफ में ऐसा हो गया है कि um, that we think that, oh, this is going to go wrong, this person is going to behave like this with me, this person is going to cheat on me or do this on me, and we start predicting that something bad will go. Hmm? Instead of predicting, why not we predict something good will happen? Even if somebody does wrong with you, cheats with you, whatever it is, but believe that the universe will never cheat you. It is always preparing you for the highest good. It is bringing all the blessings which is for your highest good. Even the challenges, if they are challenges, but in reality they are for your highest good. So it is always bringing things which are like blessings for you. So that the Abraham Hicks chart, expecting good things to happen, expectation, excited about it. So why can't you expect that, yes, I know things are going to fall in place, I know that only good happens to me, no matter in what, you know like form it comes, it might come in the form of disaster, but it is actually something good. So when we start feeling that yes, I expect only good things to happen in my life, all good, something which is for my highest good, you will see slowly, you are creating good memories and good situations for your life. Then he gives here 10 points, that you can focus on. So the 10 points are, I'll not touch all of them. So like, like, because 10 points, every point if I touch it is going to be a long one. But I'll just say, he said, set aside each day to pray, because he's into Christian, so he'll talk about pray and everything. Understand that set aside each day to meditate. And then he said, pray out loud in simple, natural. Tell God anything that's on your mind. This you can also, you can do it before meditation. You can speak to the God. God is nothing but you yourself of the divine universe, but you can still speak. You can say, this is what I want, this is what my pain is, and everything. You can talk out loud what's on your mind. This is how I want to transform my life, God. Yeah. And um so it's like, so it's like feel the gods throughout the day, throughout the day when you are walking, talking, and doing everything. Can you just feel the presence of the universe throughout the day? That's the third point he's talking about, to become positive in life. Fourth point is, instead of asking, believe that it is done. Did you understand? That's the point we always do, right? In visualization, we don't say, I want this, I want it. We feel as if it's already done. Feel. So that's what it's saying. Instead of asking from God, this what I want, affirm that it's already done. I know it's done, it's solved. Okay. Fourth point. I hope, friends, I'm like, you write the points which are important for you, and don't ask me to repeat, because it's 10 points. So if you want me to repeat, I would repeat now, not later, के बाद में बोलो, फिर 10 पॉइंट मुझे रिपीट करना पड़ेगा. Okay, if you say, I can go slow, but write it down. So then again we worry about our loved ones, right? Okay, Ridan, oh my God, these kids are going, they are like, Ridan is in 12 complete, 13 running, so he's still not 13. So running complete hone se usko 13 bolte hain, but I can see the teenage kind of thing where he's going a little out of hand, he's doing things and I cannot control. And even if I don't control so much, still kabhi kabhi lag raha hai ki, the kids are coming and they are playing, they're shouting in the hall, they're jumping, and I'm so scared कि कुछ भी हो सकता है, because there are corners, sharp edges of the dining table, sharp edges of the table and other things, and the TV table and all those things, whatever. So I really, just on Sunday, they came, so one group came and they wanted to have movie night kind of a thing with popcorns and foods and everything. They played, they watched the movie, and after some time they were like, oh my God, they were creating so much of ruckus in the house, shouts, fear. And I was like, oh my God, they should not get hurt. Ridan should not get hurt. So here it's talking about, you know, be, like, sincere prayers can surround loved ones with protection. So it says that pray and believe, as if even in meditation, even when Ridan go out, I imagine that he's in a protective light all around and he's being protected. So that's what it is saying that, sincere prayers, or, that the way we meditate, it can protect and surround our loved ones. Six is, never use negative thoughts in prayer. Only positive thoughts give results. As I said, negative affirmation, negative things, victim feeling, they never bring results. Hmm? ये क्यों नहीं हो रहा है, होना चाहिए, मेरा जीवन तो बर्बाद है. It will not bring result, because you are thinking in a negative way. Negative emotions bring only and only negative results. Yeah. So if you remember Abraham Hicks, The first session that I took of Abraham Hicks is that strong emotions create strong many help the desires to get manifest, create strong desires which gets manifest faster. But it also depends what is the kind of strong emotion. Is it a positive strong emotion, or is it a positive negative strong emotion? If it is a negative strong emotion, it is acting against the desire, and you are still manifesting but in an opposite way, negative way. सब बुरा हो रहा है, सब कुछ हो रहा है, and then you say मैं क्यों हो रहा है? It's because you are thinking and you feeling intensely about that desire in a negative way. That's what it is saying. No negative thoughts, only positive thoughts will bring positive results. Always expect wellness to accept God's will. Okay. So, seventh point is willingness to accept God's will. So, seventh point, do you remember? I told you that, there is a balance between holding on and letting go, manifesting and then surrendering and trusting and letting go. This is what it is saying. You should tell God. Seven point is you should tell God what is it what you want, but at the same time you should be willing to receive whatever is God's will. शायद God's will वो नहीं है जो आप मांग रहे हो. So you should be ready for it as well. You should say what you want very desperately, no, not in a very desperate way, but very passionately. But at the same time, you should also make a mark that, okay, and now I surrender to you. You bring me whatever is right, whatever your will is, just do it that way. This is what it is talking about, that when you ask and then surrender. Hmm? Because it says that, whatever you've asked for, if you surrender and the God's will is something better will come in your life. बट अगर आप होल्ड करके रख देते हो और बोलते हो नहीं, गॉड्स का विल नहीं चाहिए, मेरा ही विल डिसाइड करना है, whatever I want that should happen, then the things, if something better is supposed to happen in your life, it will not happen. And the one you are trying to manifest, that will also not happen, because that's not God's will. Okay. 8 is practice the attitude of putting everything into God's hands. Do your best and leave the rest to the God. It means the same. Okay. Surrender. Surrender. Do your best. Take all the actions. Karm karo, fal ki chinta mat karo. Gita. The same. Everything, whatever is needed, you should do your best. And after that, you should trust and leave it. Surrender. Surrender. It's allowing. It is a very, very, very ब्यूटीफुल क्वालिटी. It's a skill that we should develop. Allowing नहीं होता है बहुत ज्यादा लोगों से. We want to, even when we say I am allowing, but deep allowance नहीं होता है, वहां पे भी हम अपना दिमाग लगा लेते हैं. Okay, so this is what happens. So then pray for people you do not like. Okay, now it is talking about, sometimes we have resentment for people whom we don't like. We have enemies and everything. And it is saying that resentment blocks the power that we want to tap into and manifest. जो हम चाहते हैं वो कैसे होता है? It only happens through our power, right, of spirituality. But when we have resentment, anger, and all these things towards anybody, it blocks the power. Okay. So 10 is make a list of people for whom to pray. The more you pray for others, especially those who cannot, again, this one it is talking about that you should also pray for others. Sometimes it's, they say that you should not heal others, you should not do this to others. But in reality, I've seen in many places, in my previous organization also, they say that the more we pray for others, the more our lives gets sorted. Here also he is talking about the same thing. When we pray for others, especially people who are not related, अपने बच्चे के लिए नहीं, अपने हस्बैंड के लिए नहीं, वो तो खुद फिर से सेल्फिश मोटिव में प्रे कर रहे हो, because you love them, you want them to be happy. अपने पेरेंट्स के लिए नहीं, अपने पार्टनर के लिए नहीं, जिससे आप प्यार कर रहे हो उसके लिए नहीं. So then it is selfish. Then you love that person, and that's why you are trying to manifest that thing for you. But when something is unrelated, that means selflessly आप किसी के लिए pray कर रहे हो और वो आपके पास return में आएगा. But at the same time, what I always say is that, so that the God's will, it doesn't work against God's will. It's like sometimes I say that I send just love and light to a person. If somebody is in problem, I don't say ये problem solve होना चाहिए, वो problem solve होना हो जाना चाहिए, उसका ये problem है. किसी ने मुझे अगर फोन किया, as for example, I lost my cousin recently. Okay, मेरा बुआ का लड़का, I lost him. He had a multi-organ failure, and so I was meditating, and I also once called Mahavatar Babaji and said, Babaji, whatever is right for him, just do it. If he needs to recover, please make him recover. If he doesn't, let your will work. Universe, let your will work. Yeah. I wanted him to recover, but I know whatever is right has to happen. But I was, even in meditation, I was meditating for him. I was sending love and light to him. And I was also asking that if he needs to recover, if that is the right way, let him recover. If that is not, and if the universe's will is something else, then okay, take him away, whatever is right. But मेरा दिल में था कि वो ठीक हो जाए. Yeah. So it's like where we are not forcing our will and we say, कि no, against the will of the universe, I want him to recover. Okay. So I was sending him prayer. At the same time, I was trusting that universe का जो will है वही होगा. So the universe took him away. And yeah, he was such a nice fellow. I'm sad, but I also understand that death khatam nahi, that doesn't take away somebody, the soul still moves on. Yeah, so that's what it is saying, that praying for others. So then, yeah, friends, next is, friends, how to have lots of. So now, then Norman Vincent talks about energy. Okay, energy, life में कुछ भी करने के लिए energy की बहुत जरूरत होती है. Okay, and you need energy to do things. So many things we want to do, right? We want to do seva, we want to work, we want to earn money, we want to meditate, we want to do so many things. A normal person wants to do so many things, but most of the times, why do we lack energy? Especially women, क्यों lack energy करते हैं? First is, first is you have to conserve. First is you have to increase the energy. How do you increase the energy? We increase the energy through meditation, because in meditation we increase. That's why meditators को बहुत ज़्यादा खाने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती है. So, and it's said that you eat only twice. You don't need to eat thrice a day. Twice a day is enough for a meditator. Sometimes meditator even go to once. Okay, because through meditation they take in a lot of energy. So okay, through meditation we are taking in a lot of energy. But there is also something called energy leaking. Energy leaking का मतलब है एनर्जी बहुत निकल रहा है, इसीलिए हमारे पास एनर्जी नहीं. एट द एंड ऑफ द डे वी आर लेफ्ट विथ very little or no energy at all. Energy leaking happens because of emotions, unstable emotions, most of the time. इसीलिए you will see that men are so much filled with energy. Women are not left with much energy. Many times women are weak, or anyways physically we are weak, and also sometimes women are not left with much energy because हमारा emotion बहुत up down करता है because of the hormonal things and everything. 4 times, 4 times a month our hormone fluctuates. ऊपर से बोल रहे I think um, how many thousands of time there are small fluctuations. I was reading that day, in fluctuations in, yeah, in women's body, hormone fluctuations. So इन सब चीजों के बावजूद भी can we just still work on ourselves to stay stable on our emotions? Because the more we stay stable on our emotions, the more we will not leak energy. यहाँ पे एडिसन के बारे में पूछ रहे थे. Some people were here, and men, you will see many more in the world. Most of the time the men are more successful than women, most of the time. It is also one of the reasons, because men are guided by logic, intelligence, not too much by emotions. In one way it's also a drawback, because men cannot attain enlightenment faster. Emotion नहीं है तो वो लोग डीप पेन एंड ऑल दिस थिंग्स को भी फील नहीं कर पाते हैं. And only when you feel so much of pain and everything, you want to attain enlightenment. You want to say, I enough of all this nonsense. I care a damn about the world. I care a damn about my partner. Whatever happens to him or the others, I care a damn. I just want to focus on my peace of mind. राइट ये कब आएगा, ये कब, बिकॉज लड़कियों को ज्यादा आ जाता है, बिकॉज वो थक जाते हैं और इमोशन से इतना अप डाउन कर रहे हैं, एंड देन दे जस्ट गिव अप. Okay, but at the same time, for this reason also, women cannot have that stability where, yeah, that's why Edison's wife was interviewed and asked that how come Edison have like had so many inventions, so many discoveries, how come he can do all these things. He said he's very stable, बहुत पीसफुल है हमेशा. हमेशा ही इज वेरी पीसफुल, ही इज ऑलवेज स्टेबल, ही ओनली माइंड्स हिज बिजनेस. तो ऐसे लोग क्यों नहीं, बिकॉज ऑलवेज दे डोंट लीक एनर्जी, and that's why they are able to use their energy in a positive way. And here it's saying there are four emotions which leaks energy. For first emotion is fear. Just check yourself. Fear. Okay, fear is an emotion which leaks energy. Okay, then resentment is an emotion that leaks energy. किसी के प्रति हमको लगता है कि resentment बहुत अच्छा चीज है, किसी ने मेरे साथ कुछ किया है, so let me just remember. See how it is leaking energy, because you are continuously thinking about your enemy and you are leaking energy. Fear, you are worrying about something which has still not happened, and you're worrying, and that leaks energy. Inner conflict means whether I should do this or I shouldn't do this. That inner conflict also leaks a lot of energy. Obsession, when you're really obsessed with something, job, work, money, love, anything, then also these kind of energy leaking happens. So बहुत other emotions are also, as women we know how many emotions we go throughout the day, but at the same time these are the four main emotions which can really leak a lot of energy, okay, from our lives. So we should be careful about like aa gaya to humko some, we have to find ways to think, okay, I'm obsessed, oh, I have to pass this exam, I have to pass this, oh, I have to earn a lot of money. Yes, you have to, but if you're obsessed, then you just be aware that I'm leaking energy. Okay, resentment, I'm leaking energy किसी के प्रति. Fear, inner conflict, I'm leaking energy. ना करूँ ना करूँ, करूँ ना करूँ, ये ठीक नहीं है, oh guilty, oh shame, all these things. Then you are leaking energy. Okay, so that's all, friends. I'll see you tomorrow with some other topic, and bye. Okay, if you have no questions, I'll say goodbye today.
Thank you so much, Didi.
Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much.
Didi.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Didi.